channel. Today's topic is very important topic, and today's topic is of international relations, global affairs, or SA, international economic diplomacy. Today's topic is One Road and One Belt, OBOR, or Belt and Road Initiative, and the fate of world. Now let me show you the map of Asia, where BRI will be implemented. This is China. You must remember the location of China. This is China, and this is Russia up to Europe. Now this is South Asia. This is Southeast Asia. This is Pacific Ocean. This is Indian Ocean. This is India, and this is Sri Lanka. And this is entire continent of Africa, and this is Red Sea. This is Red Sea, and this is Mediterranean Sea. Here is Suez Canal, which connects Red Sea with Mediterranean Sea. And now China wants to build a road or connect from here through state of Malacca to Sri Lanka, to Calcutta, to African countries of Kenya, then other countries through Egypt to Southwest Europe, Southeast Europe, up to the Baltic states, and from to Moscow to Central Asian states. Now let us come to our topic. One Road and One Belt, OBOR, or Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and the fate of world. What will be the fate of world, or what will be the future of world? Development in economic interaction is rapidly changing the new alignments in the form of socio-economic cooperation around the globe. China has transformed itself from a socialist giant to economic powerhouse. China desires to become a global player through its Belt and Road Initiative, or OBOR initiative, which are an economic superhighway linking continents and cultures. China conceived the idea of One Belt and One Road initiative in 2013 with the initially planned portfolio of infrastructure, energy, and economic projects. OBOR is of prime importance to China as it would boost its industrial growth and country's strategy for economic diplomacy and strategic superiority. OBOR is expected to create new market for Chinese goods and enhance economic activity. It would also enable the manufacturing powerhouse to gain control of cost-effective routes to export material easily. China has announced investment of over 1 trillion in the various infrastructure projects and is funding them by offering low-cost loans to the participating countries. The OBOR or BRI could play a key role in shaping the socio-economic and socio-political future of Asia, Africa, and Europe. It is indeed a massive initiative envisioning an integrated network stretching from the shores of Pacific to the heart of Europe and extending to South Asia, Southeast Asia, and Africa. OBOR or BRI holds immense potential for the global economy. OBOR, by interconnecting global economies, would be harbinger of amicable relations and economic prosperity for the people of Asia and Africa. OBOR BRI is the largest initiative of current century, joining more than 70 countries through roads, rails, and maritime means. China, through this initiative, intends to connect the countries of Asia, Africa, and Europe to expand its economic and strategic influence. One Road and One Belt or Belt and Road Initiative (BRI) is a transformational venture and can bring peace and development in Asia, Africa, and Europe. BRI would be a role model for other countries of the world. OBOR project is all-inclusive for economic and social development. The USA and its allies perceive it as a strategic move by China to attain control and play a role of balancer at the global level by gaining support from majority of countries. China sees this venture as an opportunity to emerge as a global leader, initially announced in the year 2013 with the purpose of restoring the ancient Silk Route that connected Asia and Europe. The project's scope has been expanded over the years to include the new territories and development initiatives. The Belt and Road Initiative involves building a big network of roads, railways, maritime ports, power grids, oil and gas pipelines, and associated infrastructure projects in participating countries. The project covers two parts. The first is called the Silk Route Economic Belt, which is primarily land-based and is expected to connect China with Central Asia, South Asia, Eastern Europe, and Western Europe. The second is called 21st Century Maritime Silk Route, which is sea-based and is expected to connect China's coast in Pacific Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea, littoral states of Africa, Southeast Asia, and South Asia. There is dire need of continental economic integration through BRI and CPEC. Human resources development projects would resolve economic challenges like fiscal debt and balance of payment, poverty alleviation, and socio-economic development. This vision extends from Baltic states in Europe to Southeast Asia and Africa. BRI is not a physical road but also caravans meandering on different routes carrying both goods and ideas. It would facilitate commerce between China and a wider global community. OBOR offers great strategic and economic advantage to China as it gains physical access to the Indian Ocean, Middle Eastern oil resources, and new markets of Africa. Countries consider it as a prosperous global strategic and economic move by China to rule the world in future. China's global rivals are striving to oppose and derail this project. BRI can lead to open new vistas of regional cooperation, integration, inter-regional trade, stability, and sustainable development. The involvement of all countries in BRI is evidently very profitable by ensuring them economic and political benefit. Massive investment in infrastructure under the BRI will be highly profitable for the countries by promoting interconnectivity and improving regional trade cooperation through the creation of trans-regional transport network and by opening up new markets. In addition to economic connection, countries' mutual interest also converge regarding the establishment of a multipolar world. which may reduce the global supremacy of the United States. Due to these factors and shared benefits, China and all countries have maintained cordial relation or amicable relationship, which also augur well for the success of BRI. Numerous participating countries perceive the BRI as a win-win situation and willingly join BRI for socio-economic and long-term development benefit. The current geopolitical atmosphere of coexistence and confrontation and paranoia about the Chinese plan by the West, it seems a distant dream to reap the true potential of the BRI. The key to success of BRI in all countries lies in the fact how successfully China implements the project in participating countries having vastly different socio-economic, political, technological and governance structure. For reaping the benefits of BRI based on mutual win-win proposition propounded by China, it is vital for China to work vigorously and to commence initiatives aimed at ensuring international norms and inclusiveness of the plan. China has been successful in enlisting support of the United Nations for the BRI, as the world's body has emphasized that the initiative could play a vital role in enabling developing countries to make tangible progress towards the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. Now, BRI or OBOR and the future of South Asia. What will be the impact on South Asia? China, India and Pakistan must display some maturity and their political leadership must exhibit true statesmanship to create a scenario which is a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. As part of the enormous New Silk Route project or One Belt, One Road initiative, the governments of Pakistan and China developed a proposal in the mid-2000s to create an economic corridor from Kashgar, Xinjiang in China to Gwadar, Balochistan in Pakistan with an aim to promote national, bilateral and international economic integration. China, no doubt, is our friend, is friend of Pakistan of all measure. It is geographical compulsion that forces her to have amicable relation with Pakistan. Given its geographical position, Pakistan has the potential to serve as a nexus for two routes initiated under BRI or OBOR. Pakistan is in a strategic position to help China to connect with the affluent countries of Middle East, Southeast Asia and emerging economies of Africa. Enhanced regional integration could expand Pakistan's economy by 30% by 2040. The Belt and Road Initiative (BRI) and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor can help navigate the challenges of contemporary times. China has completed more than 40 power projects in Pakistan, focusing on socio-economic development of Pakistan. Pakistan has adopted economy-oriented foreign policy. CPEC, which is the flagship project of China's ambitious One Belt, One Road scheme, can open up vast economic and connectivity opportunities for South Asia, including Pakistan. The economic cooperation between China and South Asia would have a transformational effect on the program of economic cooperation, not just a game changer but also a fate changer for South Asian people. CPEC is a part of China's grand vision known as OBOR initiative. OBOR and CPEC would become an instrumental in changing the political and economic plight of South Asia. In order to remove the prevalent trust deficit, it is imperative for major regional actors such as China, India, and Pakistan to initiate productive dialogue and amicably resolve their bilateral disputes. If South Asian countries want to have a decent share in global FDI, foreign direct investment, they will have to resolve their long-standing bilateral issues and must come up with investment-friendly regimes. Landlocked Nepal has recently joined OBOR by signing a deal that will help it improve cross-border connectivity with China. China has developed a seaport in Sri Lanka, connecting it with Pacific Ocean through Malacca Strait. Stronger economic and political relations can support South Asian economic transformation and security objectives, and increasing resources for public investment in economic and human development. India, Pakistan is member of SCO along with China. Now, BRI and the future of Africa. The history of Africa reveals that the European colonial countries had sucked the blood of Africa and left it with the gift of sanguinary civil wars and proxy wars and socio-economic issues. China is striving to heal the wounds inflicted by colonial countries by injecting billions of dollars in the shape of economic development through BRI project. China has a long history of engagement with the African continent and has substantially increased foreign direct investment and trade linkage. Chinese trade ties increased with Africa when China emerged as a net importer of oil and quest for minerals and natural resources development. China also became a net importer of coal. For Africa, China is one of the main sources of foreign aid and one of the largest investment partners in infrastructure projects. The African leaders are seeking for boosting their economies and for ending decades of conflicts and socio-economic decadence by joining BRI that aims at building ports, roads and railways across dozens of countries. Like many other developing countries, African countries have similar expectations from Chinese investment in infrastructure and other sectors, along with positive spillover such as job creation, technology transfer and enhanced economic productivity. The African countries are looking at the BRI as an opportunity to advance their industrialization, infrastructure, upgradation and development process and socio-economic amelioration. There is no doubt that Chinese financing under the BRI could be a huge boon for the African countries to overcome low investment in infrastructure. Now, BRI and the future prospect for the Central Asia. China shares border with Central Asian countries and Russia. The Central Asian countries are members of ECO and SCO. China has also made no secret of it that Central Asia and Russia are integral elements for the implementation of BRI, as these countries are vital for effectively connecting China's overland to Europe, the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean. Besides the geo-economic benefits to China, Central Asian countries also recognize the BRI to be a source of needed financial support to improve physical infrastructure that could lead to better connectivity and enhanced trade along with increased stability. The involvement of Central Asian countries in the BRI is obviously beneficial by according them economic and political benefits. Central Asian countries support the OBOR due to massive investment by China in local transmission projects in these nations. Wish you good luck. Hope see you next lecture. Goodbye.